Good evening. Live from Melbourne, Florida. It's Saturday night. Do I sound like Don Pardo? I don't think so. Better not quit my day job. Hi, everybody. How you doing? A few of us aren't at Hack Your Health. Glad to see that. Welcome. Saturday night. About 50 of you here so far. Not a bad start. How's your weekend gone? Weather good? It's been gorgeous. Been just beautiful here. Hugo says one screen is enough. Yeah. Not if you're doing live streams, Hugo. The more real estate you have, the better. Oh, I see Peter's here, Lizzie's here, Brian, B-Bat. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. And I won't see you tomorrow. I actually have a whole entire day off. Maybe a video, maybe not. We'll see. It was first 10:30 this morning. Jerry, just lining up my evening entertainment. Out there in the forest. Hi, Jerry. How you doing? Mike Sealy checked in a little earlier. And 3-something in the afternoon. Jem said hi. See you at 8. And Don Chagra checked in. And 7:30, Richard Williams. Williams was here. And Mike Sealy Sr. checked in after that. Loretta said hi. Barry evidently is going out for the evening. He said, okay, it's the replay. Chris Swain in Australia, 11:50. Wow. Yeah, you're 15 hours. That's 16 hours. Wow. 11:50 a.m. Well into tomorrow. And Stephanie's here, and you pronounce that last name Futrides, or I have no idea. Hello from Valley Acres, California. How you doing? Lucy Work checked in. How you, Lucy? And Jem was here 5 minutes before the bell. Don Chagra said good evening. Loretta Nadal, Mary M. How are you? And Rex was here. Jerry checked in this evening. Donna Ray is with us. Bacon Runner. Hi, Donna. How you doing? Ebony talks. Hi, Ebony. Hi, Mr. Mitch. Just to let you know, I'm still making all my Amazon purchases with your links. Thank you. Thank you so much. Even the things you don't have listed. Yeah, people can do that. I don't know if a whole lot of people do. I don't push the Amazon stuff much, but if you just go to Amazon through any of my links and then just go off and buy whatever you want, they actually give me credit for it. So that's always much appreciated and doesn't cost you anything. Jem saw pictures of Rick with Curry and Dr. Nelson. Well, just so happens Lewis sent me some pictures with Rick. There he is, the Duck Man. And Lewis. And who else we got Lewis with? Let me see. That looks like Sally Norton, I think. Can I tell by her badge? Yes, Sally K. Norton. Got it right. How about that? And that looks like Dante Ferrigno. And this last one here, I don't know who the hell this is, so maybe you can take a guess and put it in the chat if you know who this is. Is Lewis married? Is that his wife? Or I have no idea. I don't see a badge on her, so I can't tell. But let me know if you know who that is. Peter says, do you think a lot of people recognized Rick today? Oh, I would imagine the guy's 6'6". He's two sticks. He probably sticks up taller than everybody. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to show those. Is that Dr. Boz? It could be, but I've met Dr. Boz. It could be. She's that tall. But maybe she did her hair differently there. But it might be. Might be. Boz wears pearls. Okay. Might be Boz. Could be. Could be. Looks a little like her. Julie's here. Rick said lots of people asked for pictures with him. Yeah, Rick's a big hit. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. The Duck Man hits the big city. Has anybody watching actually at the event, maybe watching on a cell phone or something? Anybody at the event? I can only hope. Everybody thinks that was Boz. Amy got free kill scores and is madly trying to catch up since the class started last Monday. Oh, okay. Where was I? Welcoming people. I think I got Donna Ray. Songbird KW. Somebody new. Hey, Mitch. Hey, Songbird. How are you? And Lizzie. Larry Ryan is here. Good evening, he says, to Mitch and the Mitch Fits. Visual. Keto. Hiya, Visual. Good Saturday evening, all. Same to you. Same to you. Mark C. Hi, Mark. Welcome. Welcome on this Saturday night where none of us have anything better to do. It's a little bit sad. But one thing about being carnivore is it does cut into your social life quite a bit. That is a reality of it. You're not going to be out there partying and drinking and eating all night long. John. John says, good evening. Hi, John. How are you? And who else haven't I said hi to? Marla. Marla Kelly's here. Hi, Marla. How are you? How are you tonight? And Hugo Vaughn. One screen is enough. How can I fit? I can't fit all this on one screen. I can't. Or how am I going to put all this stuff on one screen and still have the text big enough for me to read with my tired old eyes? Hiya, Brian. How you doing, my friend? And everybody's saying hi to everybody. That's great. Wow, I'm already 10 minutes behind, or 8 minutes behind. You want to bring up a topic or talk to me, or you think you might want to come in and visit with me, I'll take it. I still haven't really decided on a particular format for these evening things, just trying to see if anybody's interested, primarily. I know that by the time we get to this time of day, I know that my speech starts to, at least to me, it sounds slurred. So I apologize for that. I do the best I can. About 8 o'clock at night, it's like somebody turns off the light switch. I imagine that'll get better with time. Jim says, great picks. Yeah, they were. Yeah, everybody thought it was. Jerry says that Lewis is keeping us entertained all with picks on our WhatsApp. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess that was Boz. Yeah, everybody seems to agree. CB is here. Hi, CB. How are you? How are you? Let me put a link. Anybody wants to come in and visit with me, it would be very nice. So let me put the link in there. Maybe somebody in Tampa at the event, although I guess they're all out to dinner about right now. Is tonight the night that Kiltz is having the dinner at the Brazilian steakhouse, or was that last night? Excuse me. Deborah RN said, me. You in Tampa? I was hoping they'd have a... I wasn't really hoping that they would have a big ballroom with a gigantic TV screen up there, and they would put a big sign outside that said, Saturday Night Live with Mitch, 8 p.m., and have thousands of people come in. But that's can dream. I would like. CB says, I have screenshots of Zane Griggs admitting to taking exogenous HGH, that's human growth hormone, and testosterone on his own Instagram page. Wow. Oh, you lost a lot of respect for Zane Griggs. He makes zero sense to me. I met Zane 2 years ago. 2 years ago at the Keto Orlando event, and that's when I bought his book from him. I felt sorry for him. He had a little booth, and he pretty well sat there all by himself, and nobody talked to him. And I went up and we sat and talked, and I felt sorry for him, and I bought a copy of his book. But he went on to, was it the animal documentary that he was a host of? But nice guy, really nice guy. And of course, he co-wrote that book with Ken Berry, Kicking Ass Over 50. So, nice guy. Richard says, question, want to see Spank the Monkey and hear a good rant? Wow. All right, I can bring Spank in for a minute. Hey, he's just sitting there. Why isn't he moving? How about that? Why aren't you moving, Spank? The video must have frozen up. I don't know. Sorry. There he goes. Hey. Oh, I know what happened. It's probably on a hard drive that had to spin up. But that's Spanky. I can make Spanky a little smaller, too. Let's see here. There we go. I gotta do this. And now I can make them a little smaller. Let's see. The magic. There we go. All right. Oh, wrong side. Wait a minute. Nah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right, Spank. Go back to sleep. Richard wanted to say hi. Yeah, you heard me. Okay. I don't know about a rant tonight. Um, I've been trying to avoid everything that just simply aggravates me. I haven't been watching any news. I've been not even YouTube. I've been staying away from YouTube. I haven't been watching any carnivore YouTube's anything. Anything. I've been watching old movies when I watch TV. To take a break, because every time you turn around, every time you hear something, it's just aggravating. And the rants are fun, but I'm getting tired of it. I'm just getting tired of being unhappy when everywhere I turn, all I see are idiots that don't live in a real world. They all live in some fantasy world, brainwashed and propagandized to hell. And that's not my thing. That's not my thing. I'm a realist, in case you haven't figured that out yet. I don't believe in any fantasy. I'm a scientist. I have been since I was evidently 11 years old. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in UFOs. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe in science, and everything, however mysterious that it seems, is explainable by real physics, right up to the point where even if we don't understand how it works, there must be something causing something that we notice and it's real. And even if we can't explain what it is, that doesn't mean what it is doesn't exist. Problem with we humans, here you go, Richard, for you. The problem with we humans is we feel the need to have to understand the things we don't understand. Now, from our standpoint today, with the science we have, with our understanding of molecular biology and our understanding of quantum physics and astronomy and the universe and the scope of it with all the big telescopes we have now, we still don't understand how some things that seem mysterious can happen. But imagine how somebody 1,000 and 2,000 years ago, they were still just as curious. They saw lights up in the sky and they had no way of ever knowing the reality of it. So they invented realities. They invented stories. These lights became their gods. And we kind of got in the habit of creating impossible explanations for things we didn't understand, and they became dogma, and they became part of our ideology, and we still believe all that crap today, even if we know better. People won't let go of it all. I can't buy into it. 2 and 2 has to add up to 4. Has to add up to 4, and I've talked about it, and evidently, I wrote a book about it 25 years ago, but I think people don't want to hear it. People are comfortable in their beliefs, and I don't want to change their mind if they get pleasure out of their beliefs, as long as they don't use them for nefarious purposes and hurt other people because of their beliefs. Fine, believe what you want. Just don't hold a gun to my head, threaten to kill me if I don't believe what you believe. Yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere. So this is, everything I say is based on what I think is real. And again, I could be wrong because my brain is just an organic machine too, subject to mental illness and everything else. Who knows? One thing I do know is I haven't changed my mind in any of this stuff since I've been 11. Since I've been 11 years old. My basic reality is still basic reality. So people have tried to change my mind all my life, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I hope I got a lot of realists here. I've made a lot of people go away, I think. I guess if I was politically correct and kowtowed to everybody and agreed with everybody and just rah-rah all the time, I could get more subscribers. But I want people to, it's just hard work doing this. And I want people to, if they come here and they watch, I want them to benefit somehow, or else why are we all wasting our time? All right, that's enough of a little baby rant for today. Joanne T. Joanne T. How you doing, Joanne? And Deborah R.N. Definitely Dr. Boz in caps with an exclamation point. Guess nobody wants to come in and talk to me tonight. If I'm not talking, I'm reading here. Hey, Carnivore Farm Mom, how you doing? Good evening to you. Welcome this Saturday night. Gemma says, Mitch, maybe play Amy's Avengers and Strawberry Boot Gas song she made for Rick. Sounds like Elvis. Nah. No, thank you. I'm sure you guys have all heard that somewhere already. I'm sure you have. Here's where Peter's talking to Zevie about, I lost a lot of respect for Zane Griggs. I don't watch much of his stuff. In fact, I haven't seen any of his videos for quite a while. But I guess he started out, and I might be wrong, as a fitness trainer, if I'm not mistaken. He's been doing it for a while. So the Kilts dinner was, thanks, Joy. Kilts dinner was last night. How was it? Any of you guys there? Let me know. I've been to that Brazilian restaurant in Tampa. We went to it in February, right before I had my stroke, when I was over there for the Kilts and Curries event, where we had the barbecue at Kilts' house the night before, then went up to Tampa the next day for the actual meeting in Tampa, and we went to that. It was nice. It was a big place. Big place. Got a lot of people. Expensive, though. All those Brazilian steakhouses are expensive. How about that? Jerry says, Zane Griggs really is my husband's relative. Small world. You know what they say about 6 degrees of separation? Okay, so Julie, you're in Tampa. Are you in Tampa? You had tickets? Tonight is Healing Humanity dinner. I gave my tickets to Rick. Well, I'm sure everybody's having a great time, and I'm sure the camaraderie is great. And I like I said, if I hadn't had this stroke and could move like I used to move, I would certainly be there. I would be there because, you know, the great people. Great people. I probably would not have sat in on any of the seminars or speeches, because I've heard it all before many times, But to go there and hang out with the people, great fun. Great fun. Although that event was a little pricey. I saw on their website the VIP tickets were like $1,100 and something dollars. The regular tickets, what were they, $300 maybe? But that gets a little bit pricey. Yeah. I don't know why, but my mouse, I got that other mouse working and it quit again. Let's see here. Hang on. I got to get this other one going here. Okay. All right. I'm back. Greta Brunswick chimed in at 8:12. How you doing, Greta? How are you? Good to see you. And I don't know why everybody's being so hard on Zane Griggs tonight, but he must have done something I didn't know about. Peter says, Mitch, you seem tired. I am tired. That's the problem with these evening streams. I'm just, by the time 8 o'clock comes around, I'm tired. I may rethink these, other than the private community stream on Thursday. I keep jumping around, but I have to experiment and find out what fits best. I may end up right back where I started, doing more morning coffees. Because in the morning, I've got lots of energy, but by 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I'm ready for bed. And if I go to bed early, of course, I end up waking up early, so I'm not accomplishing what I want to, and that is sleeping later and going to bed later. I'm getting screwed up at my old age here, I guess. Let's see here. Peter says other people need to come on the panel. You go, Joy. Mitch, you really love that. Anybody. Or not. Jem says, Mitch asked questions about, did you watch Dr. Berry and Dr. Schaefer yesterday? Was good. No, I don't watch either of them anymore. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. But I just don't watch Tim Berry at all. And I don't watch Anthony Chafee at all anymore. And I don't want you to take that to mean that I think there's anything wrong with them. I admire those two guys. They're great guys. But I just can't sit through Carnivore 101 for the 200th time anymore. I mean, I can't watch interviews anymore. I can't take it. I can't take any of it anymore. Nobody's saying anything new, me included. That's the problem. And not only is there nothing new and useful being said by anybody in this space, and I know that sounds a little harsh, but it's a reality. And people are getting bored with it, and the numbers are going down. And yes, there are new people coming in, which keep the numbers up. But we're talking about the same thing over and over. I tried to bring a new twist to it, a new reality, talking about how I think addiction is responsible for everything. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody cares. Nobody else picked up on it. Other people said, it's not a real thing. And I said, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing here? I say, eat meat. I haven't changed what I'm eating. in 3 years. I still eat bacon and eggs and a second meal of either, burgers or some chicken. With all the new advice, add carbs. All that does is screw me up until I figure out it's nonsense, and I go back to what I was doing that worked. It's so simple once you get the addiction under control. But people don't get the addiction under control. How many people you think actually don't get on the scale during the first 30 days? That no matter how much I say, it's not about losing weight, it's about curing your addiction. It's about getting rid of the cravings. Even if you gain weight, I say, in the first 30 days, that's okay. But when you get on the scale, it's going to go up and down wildly in the first 30 days. And when it goes up, you're going to get discouraged. And the first thing you're going to be doing is heading for the donut shop. That's true. And how many of us have really gotten over the addictions and don't fight it every day and don't still crave that? That's no way to do carnivore. There's food freedom in carnivore if you can just manage to sustain it for 3 or 4 weeks. And during that period of time, the only way for a serious carb addict to sustain it is to keep eating meat and never getting hungry. But people don't do that. People go on diets to lose weight. Then along come these weight loss drugs. Well, the average American loves that. I don't want to have to work hard at it. If I could take a shot instead of going to the gym, I'd do that too. So that's just making the problem worse, because people are not going to stop eating the poisonous crap because they're losing weight. It may reduce their appetite a little bit because it's hormonal, and for some people it might work okay, but to be dependent on that injection for the rest of your life, a lot of drug companies love that. So I've been watching carnivore videos for 5 years. I've been doing it for 3 years. I've been carnivore YouTubing for well over 2 years, and I just, as much as I admire Ken Berry and Anthony Chafee and Sean Baker and all those guys, they got nothing for me. They got nothing for me now. Hear the same old stuff, and if they do a Q&A, it's the same questions, and more power to them. They're all making good money at it, and I'm very happy for it. But no, I haven't watched it. But I'm sure it was okay. I'm sure it was very good. I'm sure there was a lot of good information on it. But I guarantee there's not a single concept or anything about carnivore that I don't already know. Now, I will admit that a lot of what I know, I learned from those guys. But again, how many times can you take Carnivore 101 class? I like to think maybe I graduated. And one of the problems we're having today is these tangents that everybody's going off on, trying to fix something that I don't think is broken. Getting everybody running, getting all these blood tests, worrying about it. What does it mean? My blood sugar is 5 points higher than it was last year. I must be eating. I must stop eating. I better eat carbs. That's something that makes a lot of sense to me. I need to start flexing. I need to start. And then a couple weeks later, you're on your way to Baskin Robbins and saying, well, that carnivore was okay, but, and then you find fault with it and justify to yourself why you can't do it anymore, and you're back to pizza and ice cream again. Peter says, I become addicted with all the whole milk Greek vanilla yogurt. Yeah, that's friggin' ice cream, Peter. You know, it's ice cream. They're very good at making junk food masquerade as healthy food, aren't they? Just look at every box of breakfast cereal. Talks about all the vitamins and how good it is for you and how healthy it is for you. Now they're putting protein powder into Reese's peanut butter cups, pawning them off as health food. They're putting protein in everything these days. And as carnivores, the best advice you can give to a carnivore is eat more fat and less protein. Make sure you're not on a high protein diet. Make sure you're on a high fat diet. So what do? Rocket scientists come along, put the word protein on everything now. Every kind of pack. Breakfast cereals got protein in it. Candy bars got protein in them. Every which kind of liquid drinks got protein in it. Even the protein powders got protein in it. If they wanted to do the right thing, they'd put added fat. Can you imagine seeing a label? Now think about this. Can you imagine seeing a label on a food that's mass marketed, a processed food, that says added fat, high fat? It'd never fly. Of course not. It would be the healthier choice. If you had a choice of buying a food that said high fat or low fat, assuming the fats were good fats and not trans fats or something like that, but if you had the choice of buying a food that said high fat or low fat, the high fat would be the healthier alternative. The low fat foods are what got us in all this trouble in the first place. Take the fat out, you end up replacing it with carbs. And that's why we're here. I'm not optimistic about it ever being solved. Although I did hear that they're lowering the tariffs on imported meat. What else? Something else. But healthier foods. CB says, Mitch, you could come out with ultra-processed food product named added fat spare tire. That's funny. That's funny. Golf addict. Hey, Spanky's here. Peter, go on the panel. Where's everyone? Well, it wasn't officially a panel tonight. I just thought if anybody would like to come in and talk, but we're doing okay. I'm keeping up with the chat. Yes, 111 says, I don't know what I don't understand. That's the problem. That's very astute, my friend. That's an important thing to know. To know what it is that you don't know, because how else are you going to figure out what you need to learn if you don't know what you don't know? And that's the problem with most people today. They think they know it all. Especially the young kids. Hey, Danny. How you doing, Danny? Danny in Boston, and Sandy Blythe is here. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Good to see you. Jeb said, Sandy, YouTube has a lot of free movies. They do, but I don't know if you have to be a premium, one of these ad-free deals, to get all the music and the movies that they give you. I know that I get them. There's a ton of movies. But I don't know if that comes with the premium or everybody gets it. I'm reading. It's interesting. Juliet says, from the pics I saw, Hike Your Health was not near as crowded as I thought it would be. I'll be interested in knowing what the attendance was. At the events that I've been to, it's been basically a couple hundred people, 200-300 people. With all the star power that they have a lot of carnivore and keto stars on the YouTube sphere. Big names there. I don't know, but I can't imagine more than 500 people signed up for it. It'd be interesting. Jeb says, no problem, just says free like old Soylent Green on. Yeah, they're free, but do people that don't have it, that actually see the ads and don't pay the $15 a month or whatever it is, do they see as many free movies? Because I could find out, because and it maybe they are free, because come to think of it, no. I watch, when I watch YouTube, I watch it on my first original YouTube sign-in, which is not OldGuyCarnivore, but that's the one I pay for the ad-free experience on, and that's where I see all the movies. So what I can do here, just for the fun of it, is I can go into YouTube. Let's see here. I'm going to go into YouTube signed in as OldGuyCarnivore. And it says Home, Shorts, Subscriptions, and You. I normally watch it on my Roku, so it's a different interface, but I know along the side I've got one that says movies, one that says music, but I don't see them on this one. That was not a great idea. Sorry, guys. Thought I might learn something. But I've seen some okay movies on there. A lot of old movies, but Jim's talking about the Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, yeah, Alfred Hitchcock movies are great. They always have neat endings. Joey says, no, I'm not in Tampa. Mom was in the hospital. Oh, okay. How's she doing? Wasn't looking good, but she's much better. Had pneumonia. Wow. Did she have COVID as well, or just pneumonia by itself? Jim says, Mitch, who do you watch? I seem to be watching everything but carnivore stuff on YouTube these days. I have a tremendous range of genres. I like technical stuff, gadgets stuff, you know, cell phones, things like that. I like automotive, some automotive channels. I like Hoovie's Garage, if you've ever seen him. He builds himself as YouTube's dumbest car channel. I like one of my favorites, believe it or not, is Beard Meets Food. This guy's one of these competitive eaters. He goes out to these restaurants and does these food challenges. He's huge on YouTube. He's not huge. He's a guy that looks like a professional bodybuilder. I mean, but he's got this big beard, and he can eat the most enormous amount of food, and at one sitting, and always seems to always win the challenge or finish within the allotted time. But he's funny. It's called, and this guy puts out a video, and within 1 hour, he's got hundreds of thousands of views already. So he travels all over the world just doing this. But he's funny. He's a British guy. I really like him. And you know, once you start watching these things, they keep popping up in your feed, and YouTube keeps recommending them to you. So they come up. I watch them. Of course, they're not real long videos. They're usually about 7-8 minutes long, 10 minutes, and so I'll watch them. But I've been watching less and less YouTube and less TV in general. I need to get more active, get out of the house more. I don't know what's worse, having had the stroke or actually trying to readjust to life and recover from it. Danny in Boston says, Mitch, I've been watching South Park. South Park is one of the most, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most entertaining shows on TV. And God, I've probably seen every episode 10 times. But I just love it. It's just very entertaining, and you get a chance to take your mind off of things. I used to like Family Guy more, but I've kind of switched over to the South Park camp. Although Family Guy's funny too. Both of them, however, are not for children. They're both adult cartoons, so especially South Park. There's probably a lot of adults that don't even understand what they're talking about on South Park. Jim says, I hope you play the piano. Yeah, I sit down at it. Not a lot. I can't describe it. My hand still has a certain stiffness to it. And I can do a little bit, but then it kind of tires very easily. And I just have to resign myself to the fact that this is it. And however good it gets, it's going to get. And whatever I'm left with, I have to resign myself to say, okay. I mean, it happens to so many of us in life. We have an accident, we break something, get in a car accident, get sick, have surgery, get a hip replacement, whatever. We can't be teenagers forever, and when we get up to my age, maybe sometimes you should just be happy that you can get around at all anymore, because there's so many people that can't. Spanky says, I don't watch Burry or Chafee anymore Really tired of preaching and judgment, just want to smile, be kind, happy, enjoy life. There you go. You're not weird. You're not weird. I don't think that Ken Burry or Chafee is judgmental. I don't think they're in any way mean. I think that they both go out of their way to be respectful and nice. But, like I say, this is the simplest, carnivore is the simplest thing in the world. I've never seen a diet so simple. You can eat basically anything that comes from an animal, and if you do that, your natural instincts of hunger and satiety will work like they're supposed to, and you will not overeat. You're not going to overeat. And if you do, it's not that big a deal anyway, as long as you make sure that you follow a few simple rules. And the most important one of those rules, as far as I'm concerned, is that you get an adequate amount of fat, which goes against everything we've been conditioned to all our life. We all grew up in the low-fat era. I mean, we did. Snackwell cookies, remember? I thought they were such a miracle when they first came out. Isn't this great? Look at this low fat. That means I can eat all of that stuff that I want to. And boy, do you want to, because they're so addictive. When the best cookies, if you remember them, were the cookies that were made with butter. Butter cookies, shortbread type of things. But they got us away from that. And we all got to become sugar addicts, some more than others. CB, Mitch, why do you think I started explaining fungi science, mycology on Julia's channel? I haven't heard you explaining that on Julia's channel. I know you explained a little of it on my channel. Yeah, Rick Perez, eat meat. That's it. That's it. It's so simple. And it's a problem. It's a problem for me. You know, I sit around and say, I really should put out a video, but there's nothing that I can say anymore that I haven't said in 10 videos already. They're all out there. I've got 650 videos on this channel. They don't get any views anymore. They're all there. But YouTube doesn't push them out, doesn't put them in anybody's feed. The only way that people would ever find my older videos is if you start binging on my stuff, YouTube will start serving it up. Or if you happen to Google in a search engine certain keywords, along with Old Guy Carnivore, if I have a video with those words in the title, it'll serve them up. But nothing. You got to make a video, you put it out there. If it doesn't get a big bunch of views in the first 30 minutes, it's dead. It's dead, and it goes nowhere. No matter how good it is, how brilliant it is. Unless you got a huge following, or it hits a subject that people are going, and the kind of subjects that people are going to click on usually aren't good old Uncle Mitch's carnivore videos. Not by the hundreds of thousands, that's for sure. That's for sure. You got to be clickbaity as hell on all your thumbnails and titles. I don't know if you analyze all the titles and thumbnails like I do. When I look at YouTube, I look at the thumbnails and I shake my head, and the titles at how devious some of these people are to make you curious enough so you have to click it. You have to click it. And then hope that somewhere in the video they answer that burning question that they proposed, both on the thumbnail and in the title. But the videos they get that really make money, you know, the million views, 5 million views, they're all like that. Or they're just so stupid and absurd that they appeal to the dregs of humanity, and there's more of them out there than anybody. I'm still behind. CB, yeah, you guys are talking about the advertising. Jerry, I saw Bella Steak and Butter Gal's video earlier doing her Element ad and said all you need is raw UF and don't need sweet taste on your tongue, and then said you get a free sample pack with every order. The free sample pack has all the flavored stuff in it. I would think that they probably sell the flavored stuff to the unflavored stuff 10 to 1. It's flavored with stevia. I think I'm the only guy in our space that Element has not approached to be a sponsor, because I was never very complimentary of it. I didn't think that the amount of electrolytes, if you drank 2 or 3 of them a day, 2 or 3 packages a day, that'd be okay. But I think they're very light on some electrolytes. I actually like the Dr. Berg's better. I'm not a Berg fan, but I like that, the mix, the 1,000 milligrams of potassium per dose. But then I started mixing my own, and cost 5 to 10% of what it costs to buy the pre-mixed ones, and you can make it put exactly whatever you want in it. So I've been doing that ever since, and that's what I do. I mix up one of these things every day. It's 40 ounces. I put 1 dose of the electrolyte mix in it, and tastes a little bit salty, but not bad. Unflavored, and I sip on it all day long. And that's pretty much, between that and the coffee, I very rarely drink anything else. Occasionally, I will have a little sample of Greeno. Excuse me. Which has minerals in it, too. Patty's Garden says, "Hi, Mitch. I made it to alive." Hi, Patty. How are you? I don't know if I'm half dead tonight or not, but I hope it's alive. Plenty of chat tonight. Last Saturday night, I got to the end of the chat, and I didn't have anywhere to go. But Crazy Horse says, I eat meat and drink your electrolyte mix. I do put heavy cream in my morning coffee. That's okay. It doesn't hurt. It won't hurt you to put a little. Heavy cream is fine. Just don't put like 3/4 cup of cream and 1/4 cup coffee. Because there are people that do that. Yeah, Joe, this is my feeling exactly. We all watched a lot of Dr. Berry. He's got great stuff. Great stuff. But there's only so much stuff you can have. I don't care how much you know. And he's a doctor. But when he starts talking biochemistry, you lose everybody anyway. Most people aren't interested in the why it works. They want to just know. Just tell me what to do. That's all. I don't care why. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me, eat this, eat that. Give me a menu. Give me a schedule. What I should eat in a day. And I don't give a darn about the electron transport chain, otherwise known as oxidative phosphorylation. What do I care about that? Just tell me, what do I eat? How much? How much I eat? How many ounces of hamburger? And that's what people want to know. That's why my biggest performing videos are always the ones where it's just a recipe. Just a recipe. But how many of those can you make? How many different ways are there to make ground beef? I've seen videos that 10 ways to prepare ground beef, but even that's a stretch, you know. And I've made the ground beef video, ground beef patio. You make a meatloaf. You make a frittata. You make what else can you make with it? Shepherd's pie, but how would you do that without potatoes? But that's it. That's it. It's ground beef. How many days? There's 365 days in a year, and they want us to put out a video every day? Yeah, I'm not pushing the panel tonight, Spanky. I just said if anybody wanted to come in, but I really hadn't planned on a panel, so it's okay. We're already at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm sure their video was very good. I'm sure it was. Now, tell me something that they said last night that you didn't know already. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. But I mean, nobody wants to see me and Mitch alone. Don't worry about it, Peter. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Take the night off. I'm not going to be here much longer anyway. It's already 9 o'clock, and had a nice turnout though. I'm pleased that we're at 100 people. Not bad. Not bad for a Saturday night. Cliff Medina sent me. People send me YouTube links. Oh, this is Beard Meats Food. This is the guy that does the eating. Now, this is way back. This is older stuff. That's 2020. Cliff sent me this video of his net worth. And in 2023, he was worth $2.2 million. In 2024, $2.6 million. He's worth $3 million this year. Just this guy, just from eating. Thanks, Cliff. That's cool. But you'd enjoy him. You'd enjoy him. And I thought when I first saw his videos pop up, I said, I can't watch that. I can't watch. I'll get hungry watching a guy stuff his face with all kinds of food. But surprisingly enough, it doesn't trigger me in any way to watch him eat. It just, and he's funny. His commentary is funny, and he's a real character. So, Beard Meats Food, if you have never watched him. And if he triggers your appetite, you didn't hear it from me, okay? Jem says, no free music and movies. It may be you have to be premium. I guess what I need to do is I need to go out on one of my Roku TVs, log in to my OldGuyCarnivore account, and see what the difference. I'll do that. Let you know. I'll do that experiment. But I didn't see him on the desktop on my non-premium account because my OldGuyCarnivore is not a YouTube premium account because I never watch YouTube logged in as OldGuyCarnivore unless I plan to comment in the chat when I want it to come up OldGuyCarnivore. But I very rarely ever comment in anybody's chats, so that's not a... Yeah, here CB says YouTube Premium has a huge free movie library, quality movies as well, but like every other service, they're subject to be removed due to content changes. Yeah, well, that happens on all of them. That happens on all of them. But yeah, I don't mind paying for the YouTube Premium because I do watch a lot of movies on YouTube. Peter said the first Dr. Bray videos I watched were talking about keto, not carnivore. Yeah, he started out with keto and then moved and switched to carnivore. It's a good. Richard says, "Don't forget seafood for a change." I eat seafood a couple times a week. I buy these 2-pound bags of the frozen sockeye wild-caught salmon fillets at Sam's Club. They're really good, and I buy the Argentinian red shrimp frozen from Sam's Club, and I make those shrimp omelets. But 2 days, sometimes 3 days a week, I'll have one meal of my 2 a day is seafood, and probably a couple times a week I'll have chicken thighs. But that's about it. The rest of the time it's usually bacon and eggs. Once in a while I make the crab cakes that I make or make a frittata. I like that with the eggs, bacon, and burger, like a egg pizza almost. But it's so easy. I don't really like to cook, so I usually take the fastest and the least cleanup route. Let's see if I can catch up here. Yeah, those are great movies, Jem. Grumpy Old Men. All those people are dead now, though. They all the old actors, dead and gone. How you doing, Manic? Good evening to you. Do you watch PBD, Patrick Bet David? Occasionally. I've never... I like him. He's political commentary. I do watch him. He does show up in my feed. I am subscribed to his channel, but I don't think I've ever watched one all the way through. Whatever the topic is, I usually watch it until they get to that. But then they go off on other directions, and God knows how long they go on for. But I'm usually gone by then. But I think he's a smart guy. A smart guy. Isn't his channel name Valuetainment? Isn't that what that is? I think it is. Valuetainment. Spanky, beard meets food is awesome. You know, Spanky, I could imagine you would like that. That's just a fun channel to watch. Fun channel to watch. Here's one I hadn't heard of. I like Katrina Eats Kilos. Speaking of eating channels, there's one, I don't know if it's a channel name or on the thumbnail they usually have like Secret Eaters. It's a British show. I was talking about it the other night, and sure enough, another episode popped up on my TV. And I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I decided that it's kind of interesting to watch one of them partway through, but I think I'd be bored with them. They find these fat people, I mean fat, who say that I'm on a diet and I only eat healthy food, and I don't know why I'm gaining weight, not losing weight, and it's not fair. It's just not fair because other people can eat healthy food and lose weight, and I'm only, and it's not fair. And whining and crying about how unfair it is. And they have a private investigators and a camera crew that follows them around, and they put cameras all over their house and everything, and these people eat from the time they get up until the time they go to bed, but don't count half of it. And they confront them with it. Yeah, it's supposed to high drama. But the thing that turned me off about it was that they have this, the woman that hosts it evidently is a nutritionist or a dietitian or something like that. And her idea, well, for instance, they say things, people say, I don't know why I'm eating nothing but lean meat and vegetables. Lean meat. And they keep going back to the calories, to all the bad diet advice is what they think is good advice. I never hear them mention one word about eating fat. So even though it's a candid camera kind of show, it's not doing anybody any good, because if you even took the diet advice that they're giving away from that, you'd immediately understand why these fat people weren't losing weight, even if they were sticking to that stupid diet. Because, at any rate, that's another new show. They seem to be doing pretty well. So people like that stuff. People, I guess, like to see people shamed. Oh my God! Oh my God! I guess. Oh my God! Did I say? Oh my God!
I don't know if this is going to work.
From Tampa, it's Saturday night.
I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you great.
Excellent.
You don't even need a studio, man.
Well, I'm in a different location, as you can probably see.
Well, no shit. I imagine, unless you got home already.
No, not yet.
How you doing, Rick? I'm glad you popped in. I was hoping somebody'd pop in from down there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it come up. I got the Wi-Fi to work, and I'm just in here in this hotel room. It's pretty nice, but there's a few things broken. You can see they don't maintain it, but that's better than being on the street.
Well, I mean, yeah, it'll make you feel right at home. To bring some tools with you, Send them a bill. When they give you the bill for the room, give them an invoice for plumbing repair or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I had to unclog the drain in the tub.
There you go. See? That's funny. Target Thomas wants you to know that Milton, while you're gone, is having a wild party in your house.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, probably got all the cats. All the cats are over.
I had my neighbor look in the window today. She said that he was sleeping on the bed, so that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's still alive.
Well, I hear you're the star of the show down there.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I don't know. How do you feel? Do you feel like people, are you getting recognized by a lot of people?
I'm very surprised, but I've had all positive comments. I haven't had anybody mad at me. I mean, even Carrie was nice to me, so it was really good.
Well, you know, I guess there's been a couple of times I've been a little, not mad at you, but I thought you were a little strange. But once anybody gets to know you, Rick, how could they help but love you? You know, I mean,
You're right. I agree. I am strange.
seriously, yeah. Well, you know, I guess I identify with that too. You know, I'm certainly not like everybody else. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
So I can understand that, and I get the same reaction from people. Sometimes, at first glance, that guy should really stay away from him, man. But then, most of the time, if people get to know me, they end up loving me, and I never go out of my way to hurt anybody.
No. I think people get hurt too easily. They get offended when they shouldn't. But, you know, I don't get offended that easily.
No, I've never seen you offended at all, as a matter of fact.
Exactly.
I've never seen you angry about anything.
No.
So I wish I could say that.
Well, you know, some people are just a little more forward about it. I appreciate that. Me, I just kind of, I mean, I'm forward about it, but a lot of times I'll let things go until I can't let them go anymore, and then it's a total meltdown.
You know, I'm a flaming type A personality.
Mm-hmm.
You're as type B as they get.
Yeah.
And, you know, once you let some riffraff into your live stream, all the rest of the riffraff shows up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Boy, if I didn't know you had control over the controls.
Only kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Remember, I always tell people, when I bust on you, only
That's
because
good.
I love
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
The
Russ
only
does the
people
same
I bust
thing.
on are the people I love. So
That's right.
Hey, how you guys doing? How do you like Tampa, Rick?
You know, it's a little different than the last time I was here. There's a lot more building. It's not as nice as it was, but hey, it's still a little bit better than Miami.
oh, it's
A lot of
way
walking
different.
around
Way
in
different.
convention.
Yeah, there's still a lot of old neighborhoods here. It's like what it used to
Oh,
be
okay.
in Miami 30 years ago.
No, I'm at the convention itself. Is there a lot of walking around? Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but see,
yeah, it
that
looks like it.
Russ got a hotel room across from the convention. I walk across the bridge, but I walk fast. I'm all over the place. You can't wear me out. They talk about 10,000 steps. I'll probably get 50,000 steps, and I'm still going.
Yeah.
Is it a big convention center?
I mean, it's not that big. By modern standards, it's probably medium-sized. But for 1990s, when they built it, it was big.
But I
Right.
mean, you do quite a bit of walking. I didn't go to it because, in my condition right now,
Yeah.
I would have had
You
to get a scooter or something, and I don't
You-
want to do that.
You would have a very difficult time because not only that, there's a lot of stairs, and you'd have to go to the elevator. You have to go all the way to one side and all the way back. It would be pretty rough for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably have a hard time too. So
Yeah, that's what I figured. And again, I've seen it all already, you know.
Yeah.
And I got no use for most of the exhibition hall where they're selling stuff. And God, I imagine they're selling all kinds of crazy and weird things.
You should see the snake oil they have there. It's funny.
Oh, I saw it. I've seen those kind of things. Did I have the red light that has
Yes.
the red lights in
Oh,
it?
yeah. And the
they,
vibrating things.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, we like the vibrating things. You know?
They want a couple $1,000.
Oh, not
for
those kind
something.
of vibrating things. I'm sorry.
Oh, the ones that you stand on, those are
Now,
funny.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
I said I could go and get at an auction for $50 an old paint shaker and strap a board to it and do the same thing.
That's what it is. Well, you can actually buy one of the vibration plates for $50, and they're good
Really?
ones. Yeah, the one that I got one, it was like $69 or something like
I
that.
think mine was about the same price.
Yeah.
If you want to get a good vibration, you just ride the bus like I did. That thing shakes all over the place. I got C-stick in it.
Especially in Trenton, you know.
Jerry wants me to ask you, Rick, how the food was at the parties.
Well, we went to the Brazilian steakhouse. That was pretty good. And then Alia and Dr. Nelson and a couple of others, we went to a steakhouse today. It was very good. I've been very satisfied with the way the food's been, the way I've been treated. I really have no complaints.
That's
Good. I figured you'd enjoy it, and I knew
Yeah.
that you would get a lot of attention because you are very well known.
You're
in this
100%
community.
right.
Yeah. I had no doubt. Wasn't worried about you at all.
Yeah.
Do you feel funny? You know, do you have any agoraphobia? You know, the fear of leaving home. You know, these people that can't go outside their house because they get all nervous. Do you have any of that? 'Cause
Oh,
you
no.
don't-
Doesn't
Okay,
bother
good.
me. The only thing I worried about is my house collapsing. But I was smart. I turned off the water. I shut down the biogas. I turned off most of the electric. Everything that Milton could chew on is turned off. I pulled out all the extension cords. Anything that can break, I put that away. And I put a piston in front of my door so he couldn't shut the door and lock himself in my room.
Okay, man.
Yeah, that would be bad.
And you're gonna have to undo all that when you get home tomorrow.
Yeah.
You going home tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. I'm going to leave here around 3 is when the bus comes, and then it'll be about 8. It'll be after 8 by the time I get to Miami. I should have a friend pick me up from the bus stop, but if not, I'll just take the Metro Rail down to Sunset, and I'll have to walk a mile, but I'll get home.
How was the
Get home
bus ride?
eventually, right?
How was the bus ride?
The bus was a bit rough, and the problem was I got, car sick, and I threw up halfway through the trip. But
No, God,
hopefully that won't happen on the way back.
man, I can't imagine all that duck and iguana stuff all over the place.
Well, I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast. I had breakfast at like 6:30. It was nothing but liquid, basically. There was no food.
Oh wow, that's
It's just
too bad.
there was rocking. You know, the problem with those buses, they have a high center of gravity. They had
Yeah.
a lot of construction over there on 75. And when you start going, then by the airport, it's rocking back and forth. I was feeling sick. And then when I got out of the airport, I got on Alligator Alley. I was fine. Everything was nice. I was looking at the Everglades. I felt really good. Then we got over there towards Naples, back to construction and rocking back and forth. I mean, it's terrible. And, I mean, my truck is rough. My van is rough. And when you're driving, you know how it is. You can anticipate it. When you're a passenger, you don't know.
That's cool.
Did anybody miss me? Or
Well, I have to admit,
Were you gone?
well, no, but people over there were asking, well, what's going on with Mitch? There's always like somebody, what's going on with Mitch? I stopped watching his channel because he was so negative. Like, oh, come on. What's the
Yeah.
big deal?
well, a lot of those people I wanted to go away. You know, so
There you
that's
go.
okay. That's okay. Yeah, actually, I don't get it. Hardly any bad comments or criticism anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But because, well, look, it's been a rough year for me. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
anybody that can't understand what I've been going through, trying to stay on YouTube and be positive after a stroke like I had,
Mm-hmm.
being half paralyzed and trying to get my life back together. If they can't understand, I can get get down in the dumps a little bit by it, and just don't want to be beat on anymore by stupid people. Then they should go away.
Mm-hmm.
you know, believe it or not, Rick, you have a great attitude with YouTube, and I'm sure that subscribers, it's great to make a little bit of money, but I don't make enough money at this that it even makes worrying about. You know, I could work a couple of hours a day and make more money than I make in a month on YouTube with all of it put together. And I don't want to work that hard. I don't need to work that hard anymore. But I certainly don't do it because I want to be the biggest deal on YouTube. I don't want to be the most. I'd rather not be famous, actually. You know that sometimes you get famous, along with the fame comes everybody wants something from you. So I don't want to be a Ken Berry or an Anthony Chafee. Not at my age. If I was 40 and I could build a YouTube empire, but the problem with a YouTube empire is you're still working for them. You think you're working for yourself, but you're not. You're working for YouTube, and they change the rules on you every 2 weeks. And you have no idea what their algorithm's really doing. And so you end up spending half your day watching channels like Think Media and all these other channels that tell you how to get more views, how to get 10 times the views on your YouTube video, how to make more money on your YouTube video, how to make your YouTube thumbnails, how to put the title. And those guys don't know any more than anybody else. And they're doing the same thing. They're making clickbaity thumbnails, clickbaity titles, and coming on with their opinions. So I hate that game. The smartest people on YouTube take their talent off YouTube and only use YouTube as a sales tool to get people to pay for their private communities. And their private communities are not on YouTube where they have to share 30% of it with Google. So you look at Ken Berry. That was a smart move because he uses his Monday Night Live on YouTube, Q&A. He makes money from super chats, but he pushes his private community. You can tell that's what he's pushing. Join the private community. Join the private community. And Kiltz has started to do the same thing now. Although Kiltz is not doing it for the money.
No.
Kiltz is. That's the one thing I admire. One of the things I admire about him is that he doesn't need to make money at this. I'm sure he'd like to see enough money come in to pay for his expenses, especially with Nelson and Ollie and whatever else he does.
At the very least, yeah.
The last thing he's trying to do on YouTube is build a financial empire. He doesn't need it. That's for sure. So he is an honorable guy, and I still do love him, even though people think. And the differences we have are just little small differences of opinion about primarily two things: religion and addiction. But okay. So we have a little disagreement. That doesn't mean, but it blew up into something, and I didn't know if he was busting on me because I do the same thing to my friends. Bust on him when he came on, and basically he said, "Is cigar smoking bad for your health, Dr. Nelson?" Well, I took it as a cheap shot, but it might have been he might have just been busting on me in a lovable way. But I haven't talked to him since.
Really?
No. He came on. The last time I talked to him was that last live stream of mine he was on, and he mentioned my name.
Dr. Kiltz has been so friendly since I've been here. I'm just impressed.
Oh, he's that kind of guy.
Like that. Oh,
yeah.
He's like that to everybody,
Yeah.
He's just he's one of the. I keep saying he's just a stellar. stellar human being.
Mm-hmm.
I compare Dr. Kiltz to the father of the bride of an Italian wedding.
That's funny.
Yeah, but no, I love the guy, and I'm pretty sure that we're okay. But he just keeps biting off more and more and more. And my God, you can only do so much. One guy, he's got so much. He's got a business to run.
Yeah.
He's got his medical practice.
Mm-hmm.
So at any rate, Kelsey and I will be all right. He said some nice things about me the other morning.
See?
And I try to say nice things about him. Oh, that's the picture with Rick.
Yeah. Lewis sent it to
Yeah,
me.
I showed that one already. I showed that one. Yeah, because Lewis sent them to everybody.
Did you see the
Did he?
picture?
Yeah, he sent me everybody he's seen.
Did you see the picture with me and Dr. Baker and Dr. Nelson?
No. He didn't send me a picture, but I think
That's
I saw
a good
it
one
on YouTube. Yeah.
Well,
And
listen,
Lewis
guys.
also had me talking to people on the camera. We did FaceTiming, so unfortunately you weren't there yet. So.
Well, I'm glad you guys came in tonight, but it's 9:30 and I'm going to go to bed. Rick, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
You.
It was good to see you. Good to see you, and even the audience is going to bed now. We're down to about 91, so it's time to call it a night. Thomas, thanks a lot.
No problem.
Thanks for coming in also, and good to see you guys. So I'll let you wave goodbye and disappear.
I'll see you next time I see you. All right.
There you go. And that leaves me. At any rate, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for coming. Okay attendance tonight, and now I'm starting to wake up. Never fails. Never fails. And put a little happy music. There you go. That was nice. That was nice. Yeah. Donna Ray says to Rick, well, you could go live. Yeah, Rick can do a live stream tonight. Thomas and Rick, thank you. Jerry says, typing in caps as my glasses not work. Spanky, you too. Have a good sleep. You too, my friend. Don Shocker says good night all. AP and Net, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you tonight. CB, got the alligator eating the snake. I like that. I like that. Sandy, my pleasure. She says, thanks, Mitch. Enjoyed. Running Tap 12. That's somebody I haven't seen before. See you, Mitch. Well, see you, my friend. It's Super Tune was fun, everyone. Jerry, thanks for coming in. Mark C., good to see you. Donna Ray, good to see you. Jem, as always. Tanya. Hi, sweetie. Good to see you here tonight. Saying goodbye. Danny in Boston saying goodbye. Everybody's waving goodbye. And Rick in the chat. Thanks for a great chat. Thanks for coming in, Rick. Thanks for coming in. That was fun. That was fun. I was hoping somebody from down there would come in, and you probably were the best single choice for that. Because people are dying to know how you're taking the whole thing and how you're enjoying it. So listen, I will see you on Monday morning at 9 a.m. for Morning Coffee with Mitch, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the weekend off. Try to get some more exercise and more sleep. So take the rest of the day off and eat meat.